This is what you should do if you ever sense a spirit or ghost. This past weekend, I noticed a woman's spirit just wandering around in the parking lot of my apartment, so I decided to go up to her and approach her and see what was going on. As I got closer, I could tell that she was mumbling something, but I couldn't really make out what it was. She just seemed really confused. So I asked her if everything was okay, and that really startled her. She took off running. Now, I have been known to make some bold moves, but I wasn't about to chase this spirit down my parking lot. So I just kind of let it go and went about my day. I ended up going out and running a few errands, but when I got back to my house, there was a hearse and police officer at my neighbor's house. So at this point, my spidey senses are firing like crazy. I just know something's up, and the spirit of that woman is tied to whatever happened at my neighbor's house. I could still sense the woman's spirit wandering somewhere. I just couldn't see her. I didn't know exactly where she was. So I decided to sit outside of my house and feel for her energy to see if I could talk to her again and try and maybe help her. I eventually started to sense that she was down at the lake in my apartment complex, so I started to walk that way. And sure enough, she was there. But before I started to approach her again, I wanted her to know that I wasn't a threat. I didn't want to startle her. So I stayed there for a few minutes and just let my energy emanating this calm, cool, safe energy, and I radiated out towards her. And as she started to sense it, she looked up at me and she could tell that it was okay. So that's when I approached her and I asked her what was going on. Are you okay? She was still really confused and she told me that she thinks that she's dead, but what she's experiencing is completely different and nothing like what her religion had taught her. And so I explained to her that, yeah, you don't have a body anymore and that you're here on the earth plane. Do you know what happened to you? She told me that she had some sort of a heart condition, and the last thing that she really remembered was gasping for air, then all of a sudden she was in the parking lot. She started to cry and was really sad, and at that point I noticed two other spirits come in behind her. It was a man and woman, and they wanted her to come with them, but she couldn't see them. She wasn't able to perceive them at all. So I asked her if there was anyone that she loved who had passed away before her, and she immediately said, yes, my parents. As soon as she started to think about them, she was able to see them. They had a long embrace, and off into spirit they went.